So over the weekend, Vice President JD Vance was interviewed by ABC's George Stephanopoulos. And at the end of the interview, there was a very contentious exchange about Tom Homan, the head of the Immigrations and Custom Enforcement Agency. If you missed it, I want to just read the back and forth very quickly to you. It's utterly fascinating. Okay, here's Stephanopoulos. I'm asking you, did Homan accept the $50,000 that was caught on the surveillance tape? Did he accept that $50,000 or not? To which Vance replies, George, I don't know what you're talking about. Did he accept $50,000 for what? Stephanopoulos. He was recorded on an audio tape in September of 2024, an FBI surveillance tape accepting $50,000 in cash. Did he keep that money? Vance, accepting $50,000 for doing what, George? I'm not even sure I understand the question. Is it illegal to take payment for doing services? The FBI has not prosecuted him. Vance went on. And here's, George, why fewer and fewer people watch your show and why you're losing credibility. Because you're talking for now 5 minutes with the Vice President of the United States about this story regarding Tom Homan, a story that I have read about, but I don't even know the video that you're talking about. To which Stephanopoulos, to his immense credit, in my mind, interrupted and said this. I asked you whether Tom Homan accepted $50,000 as was heard on an audio tape recorded by the FBI in September 2024. And you did not answer the question. Thank you for your time. Boom. End of interview. Okay. So you might at this point, if you're not familiar with all this, you might at this point be wondering like, what the heck is going on here? Tom Homan, $50,000 bag of cash, audio surveillance, the FBI. I'm going to explain all of that because I think there are a lot of questions that remain unanswered about all of this. Before I do that, I want to make a pitch to you, which is I want you to check out Ground News. So Ground News is a site I've been using for a while now, even before they became a sponsor of mine. They're the only sponsor I've taken on, and it's for a reason because I believe in what they do. Ground News basically tries to be the gauge of how coverage of the media is happening in real time. Coverage by the media is happening in real time. It's ground.news. They do so many really, really good things. They do an analysis of every big story about here's coverage from the right, here's coverage from the left, here's coverage from the center. So you can read all of the options there. My favorite thing about Ground News is this feature they have called Blind Spot. What it is, it sounds like what it is. It's a story disproportionately covered by one side of the political spectrum. So right now it's that Christian Amanpour says that the Hamas hostages were treated better than the average Gazan. That story is huge on the right, not so much on the left. On the left, it's Israel to have Gaza aid over slow return of dead hostages. Again, for me, the blind spot is critically important. So I can know, is there a story out there I'm missing that's big, that's worth digging more into? I use it every single day. I have ground.news bookmarked. I had it before they sponsored me. I'll have it after they sponsored me. Here's something great for people who check out my channel. You can now get 40% off of Ground News's Vantage plan. And all you need to do is this. Go to ground.news/Chris C, CHRISC. That's all you need to do. You get 40% off the Vantage plan. It's the plan I use. It is terrific stuff. It will help you have a successful, healthy media diet and relationship with the news. I can't recommend it highly enough. Okay, back to Tom Homan and the $50,000. All right, so if you're wondering what the heck is going on here, here's what's going on. In the summer/fall of 2024, in an unrelated investigation, a source told the FBI that Homan, who had served as the acting head of the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency in the early part of the first Trump term, 2017, was basically soliciting money in exchange for promises of government contracts on immigration if and when Trump won and Homan returned into the Trump administration. So the FBI set up a sting. They had an undercover FBI official give Homan posing as a contractor interested in getting business in a future Trump administration, had that person pose as this and give Homan a kava bag, the Mediterranean place. I always get the think I always get that chicken and lamb meatballs. Anyway, a kava bag filled with $50,000 given to Homan in exchange for, he promised favorable treatment in terms of immigration contracts if Trump won and if Homan was put back into the administration. We know this because it was on audio, right? There's an audio recording of this. Okay, fast forward. Trump wins in November 2024. Homan is named the head of Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Huge, he has a huge profile, huge role. He's all over television. Obviously, Trump has made border and immigration central to who he is. Okay. We learn in September that Kash Patel, and we learned this because MSNBC and New York Times reported on it. We learned in September of 2025 that Kash Patel, the FBI director, had ended or asked that the investigation be ended into Homan over the summer, and that Emil Bove, who at the time was the deputy acting attorney general, he's now a federal judge, had dismissed it as a deep state operation. Okay. The reason the FBI ostensibly dismissed this is because they didn't think that they could prove that Homan had actually awarded government contracts. They could, yes, he took the money, we think, but he hadn't done anything. And in a quid pro quo, you need to have actually done things for the money. Okay, that's their explanation. Now, the White House has since, and Homan have since said a few things about it that I think are very, very much worth attention and further investigation. So in September, after this news breaks, Caroline Leavitt, the White House press secretary, has a press conference, and she's asked about it. She says two things that I think are really important. She says, number one, quote, "The president stands by Tom Homan 100% because he did absolutely nothing wrong." That's quote one. Quote two might even be more important. Quote, "Mr. Homan never took the $50,000 you are referring to." Really? Okay, now Homan himself then did an interview with Fox News shortly after, in which he only said this: "I did nothing criminal. I did nothing illegal." Now, that's not the same thing that Caroline Leavitt said, which is, did Homan actually take the money or not? Now, Pam Bondi, the attorney general, was on Capitol Hill earlier this month, very contentious hearing, where she was asked about a whole range of things. But Sheldon Whitehouse, the Democratic senator from Rhode Island, asked her about this money in particular. He said, where did he take it? Did Homan take it? Did he report it as taxable income? Where is the money now? Bondi refused to answer any of those questions. And the New York Times did a piece very recently where they say that if Homan took the money, it's very likely the government is never getting that money back. That unless in a sting, unless that money is seized immediately or very soon after, the federal government probably isn't getting it back, that it's a lost cause. So there's $50,000 out there somewhere. There is audio of Homan accepting the bag with the $50,000. But Caroline Leavitt, the official White House press secretary, said on the record, Mr. Homan never took the $50,000 you were referring to. The White House and Homan refused to acknowledge whether he took the money. Is Caroline Leavitt right? Did he never take the money? If he did take the money, is it taxable as taxable income? And where is the money now? Is it in his bank account? Did he give it back? What happened? Did he not take it? Like, there are just so many questions here. I am not suggesting that Homan did something illegal. The FBI dropped it. Okay. But a guy who has a central role in the critical issue of Donald Trump's second term, immigration and the border, we believe, according to audio by the FBI, took $50,000 from an undercover FBI agent thinking they were a government contractor seeking to get in his good graces to secure government contracts on immigration when and if Donald Trump won. Where's the money? Where's Wallace? That's a Wire reference. But where's the money, right? I think it's a legitimate question that the White House should answer. If Homan didn't take the money, then they should come out and say, as Caroline Leavitt said, Tom Homan didn't accept the money. If he took it, okay, where is it now? The idea that JD Vance would try to shame George Stephanopoulos, this is why your ratings are bad because you're asking about this. No, that's a legitimate question. A senior Trump administration official took a $50,000 bribe from an undercover FBI agent a year ago. What happened to the money? Right? Okay. Couple things. One, I really do just again check out ground.news/Chris C. That gets you a 40% discount on their Vantage plan. I love Ground News. Like I said, I liked it before they sponsored me. I'll like it after they sponsor me. Ground.news/Chris C, the letter C. I also hope you become a subscriber here. Independent and authentic. I will always be independent from big media and independent from the two political parties. I will always be authentic, telling you what I think is really going on. I don't do fan fiction. I don't do fan service. You're not always going to agree with me. That's a good thing. I also hope you like and comment on this video. That helps me grow my community on YouTube, especially among people who aren't already subscribers. Last thing you can do, be an evangelist for me. Tell somebody or several somebodies you know or you interact with online about what I'm building here and why you think it's important heading into the 2026 midterms. All right, everyone, take care.